In this chapter, we're going to learn how to set up Unity so that it can build to mobile devices. We're going to see how to change our build platform and what the effects of that are. We're going to identify the pieces of the Zombie Toys project that needs to be changed so that it works for mobile, and then we're going to walk through and make those changes. Namely, we're going to add new UI elements, and then a behavior on the players that allows them to use those UI elements as a new input axis. Now that you have your Zombie Toys project more or less complete, it's time to begin exploring how we can modify it to work in the mobile realm. So far, the project has been constructed, tested, and deployed for standalone platforms, namely PC, Mac, and Linux. We can see currently that the project is in PC, Mac, and Linux standalone build by looking at the very top of the title bar. Unity makes it very simple to build your games for multiple platforms. However, we do need to complete some initial setup which will smooth our transition. The first thing you'll need to do is identify which mobile platform you're building for. For Android, you'll need to download the Android SDK files and install them on your computer. You'll then need to tell Unity where they can find them. The easiest way to do this is to go to Edit on a PC or Unity on a Mac, and then Preferences, and then External Tools. Under the Android section, you'll tell Unity where it can find the SDK and the JDK, which is the Java Development Kit. If you're building for iOS, you'll need to be on OS X or a Mac computer. Then, you'll need to have Xcode installed and configured for building to iOS. Nothing specific has to be done within Unity. Building for Windows Mobile requires you to be on a PC with Visual Studio installed. Before we begin switching our platform and starting to build for a mobile device, let's go ahead and take a look at our project as it stands right now and identify the places we're going to need to make some changes. The first and most important area we're going to need to modify is the player inputs. Currently, we control our player by moving the mouse and using the W, A, S, and D keys or the up, down, left, and right arrows. A mobile device has neither of these things. So we're going to need to implement some system that's going to give us two axes of input. One for moving the player, and another for aiming and firing their attack. To take it a step further, we'll need to identify the secondary input axes. By this, I mean things like changing the weapon, summoning the ally, and even pausing the game. Currently, we change our weapon by pressing the Tab key, we summon an ally by pressing the 1 key, and we open the pause menu or exit the game by pressing the Escape key. Again, a mobile device has none of these, so we'll need to add some UI controls. Finally, the player receives all their inputs from the Player Input PC script. That's the script that drives their interactivity with the other scripts, such as the Player Attack script and the Player Movement script. We'll need to utilize a new script, the Player Input Mobile script, which will interface with our player in the same way. Once we've completed this chapter, our Zombie Toys project will be ready to be deployed to millions of mobile devices around the world.